So, good morning. Let's go ahead and get into it. These star circles under my eyes are so tragic. Oh my gosh. Horrible. So yeah, we're getting ready for church. I want to wear something very light, chill. I just feel like it's gonna be one of those Sundays, you know, if you know, you know, one of those Sundays where the pastor makes you cry. So I don't want to put on too much makeup. But anyways, as you can tell by the title, we're gonna like do something different. I'm gonna put on this Maybelline primer. I'm gonna give you some advice on being a very Christian woman, a Christian girl. Yeah, I know I'm a Christian and I'm trying to get closer to God, as close as I can get, and I've been up all morning. It's 6:31 in the morning, but I've been up literally since 3. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's put on some primer, and I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I think I'm gonna do my eyeshadow last. Anyways, yeah, I'll do my eyeshadow last. I don't even know if I'm gonna do some, but I'm gonna go ahead and put on this primer. It's the Maybelline Fit Me, of course. This is shade 30. This is Cafe. I really actually wanted something closer to my skin tone, but I couldn't find it, so it is what it is. One thing you need to realize as a Christian woman is it's okay to outgrow people. It is perfectly fine to outgrow someone. All right, God puts everyone in your life for a season, and for them to move on or for you to move on is okay. There's not a problem with it. When you're praying to God, like, yeah, have you ever prayed to God and asked him to remove something in your life that's not benefiting you? Because I have, and I've lost people. And I also asked God to help me to be okay with whatever decision was made. You know, whether it was, no, they are right for you, they need to stay in your life, or no, cut them out and they move on and you move on. And I've asked God to help me to come to terms with that, so I'm not upset with the decision that's made. I'm basically okay with it. And when you do that, you are a lot calmer. You don't really allow a lot of situations to bother you because you've asked God to calm your spirit and calm you, to allow yourself to be okay with it, and you're not upset. So yeah, people move on, you move on, people outgrow you. Remember that God puts everyone in your life for a season. Yeah. We're gonna go in with this setting powder and put it under my eyes. Hopefully I don't make a mess with this. And pat away. Another thing is, you don't want to compare yourself to others. I honestly struggle with this. I'm not even gonna lie. It's something that I'm really working on. I am very content and happy with where I am in life. I think I put more under this side than I did some. But then watch me put way too much under this side. I'm very grateful and humble for what I have. I try not to ever really be like jealous, because you know that's a sin. It's not okay to be jealous. But there are certain times in my life where I do see other people farther along than I am, and it kind of hurts because, you know, you have all these goals and visions set for yourself, and when you're not there and you see other people kind of like living that dream, it hurts. But that's something I'm working on. I am very happy and content with where I am in life and who I am. So remember to not compare yourself. God put you in whatever place, whatever season you are in for a reason. And that's another thing I'm learning. Everything is a learning lesson, okay? And you're here for a reason. And just because someone may be a little farther along than you are, there's no reason to compare yourself. You are okay. All right? I need to start taking my own advice for real. All right, I did all of that just, but I'm gonna go in with a little bit of foundation. This is the matte poreless, and this is just shade Coconut. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit. Y'all know I do not contour at all. I'm a very different girly. I don't contour or do any of that stuff. But that's just me. I like to have more of like a neutral, no makeup look. I've gotten compliments on my makeup before, and I'm just sticking to it. So yeah, let's move on. More things on being a Christian woman, more advice. Rejection is just redirection, and it's protection from God. Again, with things like you asking God to be okay with decisions that he makes, like that's another thing. Like when you're rejected from whatever, like it's a job, whether it's a job, whether it's a home, whether it's friends, or whether it's let me put this a little on my eyelid. Whether it's friends, whether it's job, whether it's car, house, a new city, whatever the case may be, a person, you have to look at it as in like God is putting you there for a reason. God rejected that for a reason. I think I said this in my last video. Went in for a job interview and I didn't get it, and we ended up seeing a bunch of red flags from that job, a bunch of red flags. We had another coworker, she ended up going there and she hated it. And I looked at that as like, well, that could have been me. Getting this new job, struggling, not being able to do everything that I wanted to do. And yeah, and now here I am working this beautiful job with wonderful people, and I'm okay. Like everything is working out in my favor, and I'm okay with that. So you always have to look at, you didn't get that job for a reason. There's better coming. Okay, you're not with that person for a reason, because there's better coming. Y'all didn't work out, your relationship didn't work out, because there's better. You didn't get the car, because there's better. That brings me to a story. When I turned 20, I was going to get a new car. So because I was buying it, so I was lit, I was happy. I went and I seen this one car. I was so impatient about getting a car. So I went and got a new car, or I went and looked at a car, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna get it today. I'm gonna get it today. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. Like I was just gonna get it that week. I knew I was gonna get it. And come to find out, there was so much internal damage on that car, like from being in so many wrecks, that I literally could have been on a highway somewhere with my kid and it could have just stopped. You know what I mean? It was one of those type of cars, but it didn't look like that on the outside. So I was devastated, because it was like I wanted a car. One, I was just impatient, but I really wanted a car. And then I had to wait a whole nother week, but I ended up being blessed with a Camry. And if y'all know, Toyota Camrys are an amazing car. I didn't have any trouble with it. It was great. Like, it was the right fit. It was a beautiful car. But you see where I'm going? Like, I didn't get that car for a reason, okay? I didn't get that car for a reason. I ended up with the Camry. So remember that redirection is protection from God. Rejection, remember that rejection is just redirection, and it's protection from God. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with this Super Stay Full Coverage Makeup powder. This is the shade Truffle 362. And now I'm just gonna pat this in. I pat all my makeup in. All right, so yeah. But another thing is you want to be mindful of what you're seeing and hearing. All right, I stopped following a bunch of different like people on social media Y'all know I'm really just changing my whole entire life. Not even that, it's just whatever you put into your body, that's what you feed it. You know what I mean? Like if you eat a bunch of junk food and fast food, that's what your body's taking in. So you can't be mad at the effect that it's giving on your body. If you're eating a bunch of vegetables and sticking to a diet or drinking a bunch of water, you're gonna see that effect. So it's just the same as what you're hearing and what you're seeing. If you're listening to a lot of rap and trap and watching all of these females just go crazy and twerk and do drugs and this and that and cussing, fighting, all of that, that's what you're taking into your body. So that's what your mind is taking in. So you can't be mad if that's what you're surrounding yourself with, and that's what you're going to end up with, if that makes sense. So you just have to be mindful. Like I said, I ended up watching, changing a bunch of stuff that I do. I don't listen to a bunch of secular music. I may dibble dabble in certain like R&B depending on the artist, but I try not to. I stopped following certain females on social media, you know, like the party girls that are out every weekend and just doing a bunch of other stuff and twerking and showing everything that they got. It's just not for me. It's not for me anymore. It's not the lifestyle that I want to live, so I stopped following it. I actually need that again. I need to hold on to this. Where it is. And I need to do my eyebrows. Yeah, and so I've tried my best to listen to more calm, chill music, podcasts, people that are going to make me feel good inside, and not people that are going to make me want to question my integrity and want to question, like, if they're not going to make me feel good, I don't want it in my life. Okay, so let's do these eyebrows. All right, so another thing is you want to use your wisdom to know who you should share things with. So, for instance, want to be a private person on social media because misery loves company, and if that's all you do is post your business on there, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot be mad about the business you attract. You can't be mad about people having comments, because everybody's gonna have a comment, especially when you have it out there. But another thing is, sorry guys, I'm looking to my mirror. Another thing is that if you know you're with a group of females and they are talking about another group, like they're talking about another individual that you're all probably still hang out with, they're talking about you. I learned that the hard way. If they can sit and talk about someone in front of you, like confidently, and not like in a pleasing way, like they are dogging bro out. If they can do that with you, they're doing that about you, okay? They're going back to probably the same person they're talking about, and they're dogging you out too. All right, so please be mindful who you share stuff with. I learned that some people are just not the best fit, and I just tend to stay quiet. Like if I'm gonna share something with someone, it's probably gonna be like my grandmother or my very close friend, and even then I'm very mindful about what I share things to them about, like what I talk to them about. I'm very mindful with that. I never go too into it, if you know what I mean. Like I only share certain things, if that makes sense. So just be mindful, okay? All right, let's set this face. I'm gonna use the Morphe Continuous Prep and Set Spray, and we're gonna spray it, get it all there. Yeah, I'm not gonna put on any eyeshadow. I'm just gonna be like this. All right, last but not least, and now we're gonna do some blush, which I don't know where my Maybelline brush is. My Maybelline blush is. So we're just gonna use this one that I got from my mom. I have no idea what it was. I think it came from like one of her boxy charm boxes. or whatever it's called. I don't know. But anyways, last but not least, be intentional with spending time with God. That is one thing that I'm working on, and I never was really like that big on it. Like, I went to church every day. I was in the choir and I sung. I was in the choir. I was on the dance team. I ushered. So, but it was also more of like I was living under my grandmother's roof, so I had to go. But now that I'm older and I'm really learning on my own, I try to spend some type of time with God. Now, yeah, it is you reading your Bible, but it's also you just talking to God. Rather, you're driving down the road and you're just having a full conversation with Him. You praying to Him in the mornings and at night. You listening to worship music. You just having time to yourself and really thinking about the blessings that you have, and you talking to God and all this, that, and the third. Like, it's more to just reading your Bible. All right, reading your Bible is important, but to really like give God time is all of it. It's all of it. Just focusing and praising Him and going to church and all of that. So yeah, spraying again. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I have lippy. Did I blend on my forehead, or is it just me? It's just my hairs. These hairs are not wanting to lay, and at this point, I don't even care. So yeah, we're gonna do my lippy. Just remember, hold on, I had lip gloss on. I started because my lips were dry. But remember that it's very normal for you to outgrow people. Okay, God has everything for a reason. All right, remember to don't compare yourself. Be content with where God has you. Remember that rejection is just redirection and protection from God. I'm trying to really focus on this lip. All right, by the way, I was using the NYX lip pencil, and this is a shade Espresso, and then this is a shade Maybelline, I think. Not Maybelline, Madeline. I think it's Madeline. Can y'all see? No. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to focus. I'm not gonna do it. Remember to be mindful of what you watch, what you hear. All right. Remember to use wisdom before you speak, or before you share information to, or who you share information to. Think about that first. Who you share information to. And be intentional about spending time with God daily. All right, don't make it like a chore. Don't make it like something that you have to do. All right, it should be more of like a routine. Just like you getting up and brushing your teeth, spending time with God should be in that same category. All right, so face is done, lips are done, and yeah. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. Remember that it's okay to step into your faith. Don't be afraid to. All right, especially with the way that the world is going now, it's best to go ahead and really truly start to step into your faith. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end the video out here. Thank you again for everyone that's tuned in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.